He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
Say something while I'm talking is getting shot. Please believe that.
Them motherfuckers ain't here to buy no mandingos.
It's getting near dawn. When lights close the tired eye.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man's soul of faith. I was around when Jesus Christ had his moment of doubt and pain. Made damn sure the pilot washed his hands and sealed his face. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Stuck around St. Petersburg when I saw it was a time for a change. Killed the Tsar and his ministers. Anastasia screamed in vain. I rode a tank, held a generous rank. When the blitzkrieg raged and the bodies stank.
Started calling everybody. He was calling me. He got a heads up. He started calling the bosses at Hot 97. The street team was listening. They heard. The executive street team was listening. They heard. The executives heard.
Motherfucker respected the commission. Missing me buy and sell bricks with my nigga PD. Down with the team called BBE. Now if you want to join the team, you know you must see me. But you can't talk the feds a dick R.I.D.
What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Top of the morning. Listen, I'm not here to provide you any updates. I'm not here to tell you the latest gossip. I'm just here to talk about something that just came past me this morning. I was watching somebody's post, you know. Everybody has found a gather in, kids, gather in. Good morning to y'all. Top of the morning to y'all. Gather in. Let's have some talk. Let's have some chat this morning, shall we? There's a lot of opportunists. And let me explain something to you, because one of my dear brothers and my brother is here along with me. You ain't got to say nothing. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. I got it, coach. I got it. There's a lot of people that have never been around us. Now, when I say us, I mean Bad Boy Entertainment. Have never been in the industry. Have never been to an industry party. Have never been around industry people, per se, except on their level most of the time, which seems to don't extend very far, more than a few seconds of interacting with somebody or something like that. But have you ever been in depth around stars? That's the question I got for many of these. And I'm talking about somebody that's, you know, the stars of Love and Hip Hop season 54. You know what I'm saying? Baddies Club season 8. I'm not talking about that type of star. I'm talking about, have you ever been around some multi-million-dollar motherfuckers? That's what I mean. And for many of y'all, the answer is no. Don't worry, I answer for you. Don't worry about it. I answer for you. For the mistake of the matter, most of you would never have and never will be. And the problem I have and I'm confused about is some of these same people jump online on a nightly basis and they collect money from their, I guess you call it their audience. And basically what it all boils down to, because they have no inside information, they've never been around us and never parted in the industry. Basically, the only thing they have is regurgitated stories that they've read in your local publication. These people cannot offer you any type of motherfucking insight. They can't offer you any type of motherfucking anything. except for something that they've read that most of y'all have already read your damn self. You know what I'm saying? And I'll take hints of this. Let me give you an example. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, I read two quotes. I said, "This house, the house that they raided," I said, "That's on Star Island." I didn't even have to look. I didn't have to do an investigation. I knew where the house was. It was on Star Island. We've been to Miami 10 times over. You know what I'm saying? So I know where this house is. If you don't know what Star Island is, it's in between Aventura, which is North Miami, and Miami Beach. And would be Fort Lauderdale, in case you're not familiar. It's a little area and it's a little bridge that goes up through the bridge. I ain't gonna give out too much or whatever. And it'll lead you right up to Puff's house. Michael Jordan lives over there. J-Lo, a couple other people. It's where the money at. You understand? How that boy said on the thing one time, where the money reside, where the money reside. I'll be where the money reside. You understand what I'm saying? It always will be if you get my drift. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be where the money reside. That's where you be at. You know what I'm saying? Because you go where the money reside, 9 times out of 10, you'll be offered the opportunity to get some of the money yourself. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Okay. Everybody calms down. We got a whole bunch of motherfuckers, but I want to particularly home in on one motherfucker who has been talking the most. He goes by the name of ATV. AT2. Pork Chop. Bigfoot. Bigfoot with the broken foot. Let's call him that. Bigfoot with the broken foot. AKA Cockeyed Diesel. AKA Glasses Pallone. Oh boy, he seems to be an expert in all things Diddy, doesn't he? But how? You live in California. You've never been. Oh, and I love the way he's recently been talking about New York. All of a sudden, he's an expert on New York. You know, over there in Rochester, motherfucker, when the fuck have you ever been to Rochester? You know? And there's a tag more along of them. They're all of a sudden experts, you know, regurgitating information that's already out there, but they have not offered you anything new of a fashion. They have offered you nothing new as far as possibility. They have offered you nothing new within the whole diatribe of this, and they can't. You know why they can't? Because they haven't been around bad boy entertainment. That's why. They've never been around us. They've never partied with us. They've never hung out with us. They've never been in none of the social circles we've been in or anything else. If you don't know, my name is Davin Lewis. I worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for over 17 years. I was part of the marketing department. We were responsible for pushing some of the biggest artists that you've seen come out of Bad Boy Entertainment for not just a few years, but alongside with my comrades for over 17 years and multiple different artists that we have promoted, been on stage with, or commenced with. Shout out to all my bad boy brothers, because this is what it's all about. See, this is our legacy too. We ain't got no time machine where we can go back in time. You see? And if y'all would have been listening to me, I gotta say it like this. I want you motherfuckers, once again, I want all you motherfuckers. I said, listen, watch these motherfuckers online, because they create narratives that other ears are starting to listen to. Some people got me, some people don't, but now we're here. Now we're here, and it's a fight for fucking life. It's a fight for one, our reputation to many of us that have been employees for the company. Number two, it's a fight for the reputation of Diddy. And what I would seemingly see seems no more than an evil attempt to regain some type of monies, regain some type of lifestyle, regain some type of something. But the only thing I know is that little old gal from New London, Connecticut, Cassie. What's going on, Davida Jane? Thank you, family. That little old gal from New London, Connecticut, Cassie Ventura. Shout out to her and her brother Roderick, which we know both of them motherfuckers in person. You understand what I'm saying? We know both of them in person. Her and her brother Roderick. They used to live right on the corner of Ashcraft, didn't you? You used to live right. Your mom used to own that White House right next door to Craig and Seti. Tell her she here to sell her that house next to Craig and Seti. Seti's dead now. But Craig's still alive, and so is his sister. She know who they are. If you don't believe me, send her a message and ask her if her mama used to live next door to Craig and Seti. Ask her that. See, like these other people, I was part of the company. I also now was only part of the company, Bad Boy Entertainment, for 17 years. But also, we are familiar with Cassie. Cassie is snitching. There's no other way to put it. Cassie is snitching. Cassie, and I do believe Tiffany Red, even though I can't prove it. So right now, I'll just say speculatively. I believe both of them had talked to the prior authorities. I think both of them are now somehow or another part of this investigation. I do believe, I do believe that not only Cassie and Miss Tiffany Red, whatever her name is, I don't care for her too much. I never have cared for her. I met her one time before, a long, long time ago, and just off the energy I met when I met her. You know, some people, you just don't like them. I just didn't like her. It might have been twice I met her, but I didn't like her. There's a couple other chicks like that I just didn't like. They thought they were the shit, and they really not the shit. I'm so sorry about that, y'all. I accidentally clicked off the thing. Sorry about that, guys. I accidentally clicked off. I ain't ended. Let me keep on continuing. Sorry about that, guys. If y'all thought that I ended the show, I didn't. Cassie, I do believe, has been working with the government for some time now. I would even go as far as to say months. Yes, I do. I believe you've been working with the government. I believe you're not to be trusted. I believe you're not the person you used to be at one time. You are now fully a snitch. And Tiffany Red, you a snitch too. Go run and tell I said it. And while you're at it, tell I said kiss mine and my whole entire family's ass. You snitch. These two snitches, for a payday, have thrown this man under the bus, and nobody else wants to see it but me, evidently. Y'all also promoting that this nice light-skinned woman, so much of that black pride, right? You know, Cassie is like myself. She's biracial, right? I hope you do realize that. That so-called producer is a butthead as well as those allegations. I'm going to break that down too a little bit more, but I just want to stay right here. It's for 2 seconds. I ain't gonna take too much of your time. I'm just gonna hit about an hour. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all show some support to my channel. Hit up the Cash App, just like y'all be hitting up these motherfuckers. Ain't never been in the industry. Don't know nobody in the industry, but for some reason or another, y'all donating to them. It's just hilarious to me. I'm like, what is wrong with folks? Like, you donate to a motherfucker that never did nothing. What's up, Amar? Chilling, bro. Money was and is the motivation. Exactly, family. I'm about to get onto it. So, if many of y'all don't know, Cassie, she ended up filing a lawsuit against Puff. It was a monetary, I want to underline that, monetary lawsuit back a couple months ago, around about date. It was around about Thanksgiving. And I remember at that time, the day after Thanksgiving, I heard two men, they were inside fucking Starbucks, I believe it was at the time. And I was listening to them, and they brought something to my attention, which was the Adult Survivors Act. And so I looked into this Adult Survivors Act thing, and basically what it was an extension and an opportunity for women to press charges against men that they had accused or somehow may have been involved in some kind of sexual assault or something like that, right? And it can extend back, and it could go back a numerous amount of years or whatever to do it. This is what Cassie used and many other people use. Now, I want to make it clear, and I've said this before, it's not just Cassie that was a part of this lawsuit and took advantage of the moment in time. No, it was also several other people that you notoriety will pay attention to. One of them being Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses. He's involved in this. Another one is involved is Mayor Adams from New York City. Believe it or not, they got some allegations against him, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But all these will end up in nothing but monetary damages in the end. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the problem I got with Cassie. Cassie, you got your money, and you know that you're supposed to be quiet at this point. But you didn't do that. You said, nah, I can't get it. And I'm just speculating here, but it sounds like she a snitcher. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. It sounds like she a snitcher. You understand? And I think that she's working with the authorities. Now, let me tell y'all something. And I'll back this, and this is a few words of what somebody else said, but this is really the way I've been feeling anyway. You would need somebody with intimate details of those homes, specifically the two homes that you have frequent the most. See, the rest of the public don't know that. Cassie, in fact, the last time we were around Cassie, and I saw with some of my bad boy brothers that back me up on this, is that Adult Survivors Act strictly in New York state law? No, there's a version of it in California that actually runs out this year too. So you're going to see a lot of people in California that are also going to head up and say the same shit, and you're going to have a whole bunch. I can't wait till the California one breaks, because I want to see if all these, especially a lot of these bloggers from California, they have the same amount of motherfucking tenacity for that story. But no, as of right now, as of right now, California has its own adult version of Adult Survivors Act, and several other states, and I want to name them out, but I don't want to be incorrect. So let me do a list of the states they are, and then I'll get back to y'all. Just remind me, and I will get back to y'all, and I will name you those states. But there's several other states that have similar laws. You know what I mean? Enacted for just that, for women to get sexually assaulted. Now, make no mistake about it. If you are a woman that you generally got sexually assaulted or taken advantage of, you have my utmost condolences. You understand? But if you a motherfucker that went to go fuck the pool boy or the weight trainer or whatever the fuck that motherfucker was, and then you go have a side baby by him, go get married and all that or whatever, well, you tell that motherfucker to take care of you then, bitch. Game over. Game over. Cassie rolled the dice. She wanted to have a baby. You went and had a baby by a white boy. How come nobody's quite? If that was a nigga, they'd be like, how come she got to make all the money? How come she got to go back? There would be all kinds of shit. But being that this motherfucker is white, I truthfully believe this. Being that he is white, and I think that a lot of these women would prefer to see themselves with a white man or some interpretation of a light-skinned man for a light-skinned baby in the end game product, that they're willing to look past that and say, hey, you know what? We're going to support Cassie and that white man. Because ultimately, that's what it is. He's supporting her and her new wife and husband. Even though he got less money than Puff, he a better man. Why? Look at him, he's white. I'm trying to tell you, slavery, the means of slavery and the slave mind has not escaped. It's still here. It's still here. Y'all do realize the nigga that she's with is a white boy, right? Y'all do realize that, right? All that pro-black shit, where that shit at now? Huh? Because if this was a nigga and he was doing the same thing, like if this is a nigga, he said, yo, I'm going to sue my ex-bitch because me and my new white girlfriend, we need to get ahead in life. and she can't take care of me like you could. So we're going to take her to court, all right? We're going to have our nice skin, baby. All right, don't you worry about it. We're going to get our beige, baby. And we're gonna take care of him well with my ex's money. That would call me a piece of shit and everything else. But this bitch somehow or another is able to do that. Fuck her. She ain't a friend of mine. Fuck that bitch. Straight up and down. Fuck that bitch. This is a classic case. This shit should be a fucking a goddamn TV special. This is a classic case of trying to get back on your man. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, lazy bum bitch. Why don't you call her what she is? She a lazy bum bitch. That's what she is. She a lazy bum bitch. And I hate these niggas that be in the fucking comment section talking about Cassie. All right, motherfucker, tell you what. Pull out a Cassie album, single, or play something that you purchased from Cassie in the past, let's say 5 years. Go ahead. I'll wait. Show me that real compassion you have for Cassie all these years. You know what I'm saying? Show us. I know when Cassie got married and they found out that she was cheating and she had a side boyfriend with the pool boy or whatever, the weight room boy is, whatever. Do you know motherfuckers celebrated that fact that she was broken up from a man of color and went with this white boy even though she was cheating? Motherfucking bitches were online. They were literally celebrating the shit. They're like, yeah, you go, Cassie. She got her white boyfriend now. This is what they were saying. I'm trying to tell you, it's a whole bunch of tap dance and the cooning and fucking sexism going into this shit area on these YouTube streets. That's why I talk the way I talk, because I see it. Don't get mad at me because I see it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I remember that moment. Y'all chicks was out here celebrating. Cassie done found her white man. Yeah, girl, that's right. Sometimes you just got to do it like that, girl. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You a fucking genius, Cassie. You left a multi-billion-dollar motherfucker. See, the girls didn't throw this part in. She left a multi-billion-dollar motherfucker to go sit down next to the motherfucking help. Bitch, you married the help. You married the motherfucking help. And all these motherfuckers that sit online and act like they didn't know Puff for years. They done been around us for years. They so matter-of-factly, they got the info like that fat motherfucker ATV. Nigga, you be acting real tough online nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying, that nigga come up missing or something like that is his own fault. That's all I'm saying. As much as he talk about everybody, that motherfucker came up missing or in the car wreck or something like that. You know, hey, oh well. You know what I'm saying? Oh well. I can, hey, fat boy, let me ask you a question before I get off the subject of you. I can't even talk about that $200 you owe that motherfucking woman, huh? Get your own house in order, trying to deflect. Motherfucker trying to deflect, so he trying to put pressure on somebody else when in reality, homie, where that $200 you owe that old woman? I wouldn't even want no, let me tell you something. I wouldn't even want no woman coming up on my podcast talking about I owe her $200, much less I wouldn't want no woman coming up on my podcast talking about I owe her $200 and then ridicule her and say, well, my fans said that they would give you the $200 if you would just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. He'll never leave Uncle Basement, though. He'd have graduated to Model. That motherfucker in the kitchen now. You ain't know. He was up in the kitchen the past 2 episodes. He's in the kitchen now. He in the kitchen. Now, he in the kitchen of his uncle's house. This fucking loser. This guy's a loser sitting up online talking about Diddy, and these broads are sitting there allowing him and encouraging him. I said, won't y'all encourage the fact that this fat motherfucker been in his uncle's house for 2 years, sitting in the basement, and still ain't motherfucking moved out? That's a loser. They over there celebrating a loser, but got the nerve to talk about motherfucking men of color making moves or whatever. Men of color that's doing the due diligence and shit like that. This motherfucker, you should listen. If you live in your uncle's basement and you over 25 years old, you shouldn't have shit to say negative about any man. You shouldn't have nothing to say about any man, especially the reciprocity. AT2 has been online talking about Puff like he was air in the mix of all of us at Bad Boy or whatever the whole time. It's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. And I'm like, yo, look here, Pooh Bear, because that's what I like to call him, Pooh Bear. You look like Winnie the Pooh any fucking way, fat fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold up, Pooh Bear. Who the fuck are you to be the aficionado on all things Bad Boy? I don't remember getting the like he's the aficionado of everything Bad Boy, but I'm not. That is fucking hilarious. And I'm like, yo, I sit back and I listen to these people that are over there listening to him, and they're not very bright. I feel so sorry for them. Most of them are not very bright. Most of them are elderly women. You know, they like the elderly women. Don't you know? They like the elderly women. Oh yeah, they that's what they do. They single out the elderly woman. Y'all didn't know a lot of these bloggers, especially what I find is a lot of for certain communities, they edge out and they go after these older women for the for the Social Security check, shit like that. You know, AT2 is basically a low ball golf course hustler. Out here taking them little old women for $200. You should be ashamed of yourself talking about what Puff did and not did. Nigga, let's talk about what you did. What that $200 that you owe that woman? Because even if that was the case, I already know the way to set a business set up. And it's funny as hell. Motherfuckers can sit up here and talk shit about me about like, hey, he always asks for cash apps. I told you these niggas got pics. And usually it's because they jealous of you. Motherfuckers can sit up here and talk about cash apps with me and all that shit or whatever. When you got a whole woman that called in and said, this motherfucker took $200 from me and lied about it and refuses to give it back. And now he's telling his crowd, well, my crowd was going to pay you the $200 if you would just shut up. And there's other women in there making fun of this woman. You understand? Y'all understand what I'm saying? On top of that, the nigga tells his audience, I have a gambling problem. I heard him several times. He broke down one night and was talking about how motherfuckers got gambling problems. And this is a nigga sitting up here talking about Puff? The nigga that takes donations from his subscribers and takes it and goes gambling. And them dumb old bitches that be over there with him, sorry, no pun intended, but y'all are some dumb old bitches. These dumb old bitches that be over there with him, they be like, go ahead, baby, you go ahead gambling. That's what I'm trying to tell you. A lot of these motherfuckers be enabling these bitches. This is a bitch ass nigga. You always gonna be a bitch ass nigga. And nigga, I don't give a fuck who you have call up. You try to act tough or whatever, you can get it and they can get it too. Now tell that nigga he can find me at IG, www.niggasaysomething.com. www.dosomethingaboutitthen.com. These motherfuckers be sitting online, they've been talking about Puff. And I just got four vloggers to home in on. But I talk about ATV, aka Pork Chop, aka Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying? Bigfoot in the city. My man Bigfoot. That nigga been crying about that leg to the public for a week now, 2 weeks now, trying to get donations off of crying to his crowd, if y'all didn't know. He gets donations from crying to his crowd, telling him I'm a victim. Every week he's a victim. I'm a victim. What happened? Somebody picking on me. They talking about me. And I just need your help. I've been so stressed out. I said, this is the most depressed. Would you just go in the bathroom, drink some wine, and slit your fucking legs and your wrists and do the good Lord's work and get the fuck up on out of here? I'm tired of hearing them cry. Seriously, just go in the bathroom, get the Mossberg, and do the Lord's work. It's coming anyway. We can see it in you. You was thinking about it last night, what? You was like, damn, I should just get up on out of here. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That upper room. We gonna see AT in that upper room. Fuck this motherfucker. You're an evil, nasty FAG, like I said you were once upon a time. And you just prove it day after day after day after day. If you live in the New York City tri-state area, you know what a nasty FAG is versus people in the LBGT community, which there happens to be some good people over in that community. But you also have your nasty FAGs, S's too. And a nasty FAGS is different than somebody that's in that club or community or whatever. These motherfuckers bent on destruction. That's what AT2 is. I told y'all this months ago. You was up here crying when people were talking about your aunt, but you online talking about Puff kids. He in the closet with the door open. Here's something, Ahmad. But this motherfucker, he sat back and he was just talking so matter-of-factly about Puff, like he was the chief correspondent to talk about Puff. And I'm just listening to this nigga, and he's trying to keep a straight face to make himself look serious. And I think it's a problem that you let those kids get arrested. And I'm like, nigga, you talking about a nigga that they said blew up a nigga car. You talking about a nigga that after I done told you already, they found a house full of guns. And it's all happened in your state. I said, this ain't the brightest motherfucker in the world, is he? And then he had this one solo motherfucker call. I guess he had planned it. He had somebody call up on the phone. Hey, yo, that's right, AT2. Hey, that's my brother. And blah, blah, blah. Nigga, you can get it too. For real. You want to get involved? You can get it too. You and him. Y'all can go motherfucking casket and casket together as far as I'm concerned. I don't like this motherfucker. For real, I don't like this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of the very few, like all the other vloggers I can get over if they say some shit or something like that. But this motherfucker in particular, I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because he likes to challenge people, you know? He wants to see if people will really do something, if people will really say something, if something really gonna happen. You understand what I'm saying? This is the type of person this dude is. And so he taunts people. And what I mean by taunting people is he'll say small little stuff online or whatever, but it's always got an underlying meaning. This is not a real stand-up dude here as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? This is a dude that's a chump. He's always been a chump, probably always be a chump. You understand what I'm saying? And he's always had the advantage. Like there's certain men out there. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm talking about, why I'm talking about this dude, but it's a reason behind it, and I'll give it to you in a second. But there's certain type of men out there, and I know some of y'all are not familiar with it, but there's certain type of men out there, and this ain't really a man. This is a little boy trying to pretend to be a man because he presents himself as a 19-year-old kid or something like that. Nigga, you're in your 30s. You an old nigga trying to pretend like you a high school student out here. So, like, if y'all ever noticed that, like, even the way he dresses like a high school student. He talks, I think he got some growth development problems going on, if you ask me, because this man is 30 plus years old, but he's talking to his crowd like he's 19 years old. I'm like, no, nigga, you're an old nigga. And he tries to deflect from that by calling other people old. No, nigga, you old. You old. And you way too old to be trying to play the role of a 19-year-old college student trying to wear your hats backwards. I peeped all that shit. Trying to wear his hats backwards, trying to talk in the vernacular, trying to soften your voice. He does a lot of softening his voice to try to make himself sound like he's younger because he can't grow up. He ain't a man. This is a little boy. You understand what I'm saying? I keep trying to tell you, this is a little boy. This is not a man. This is a 30-plus-year-old man that lives in his uncle's house and won't even take the initiative to get himself into his own lodging. I don't respect no motherfucker like that, but sitting online begging for cash app so he can go gambling again, and y'all paying for it. Sitting online, getting motherfuckers to feel sorry for him after he was sitting up there challenging a man, talking about, yo, I'm untouched, hashtag I'm untouched, da 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 da. And now your coward ass is online talking about Puff. Nigga, you need to go sit the fuck down. You're not fooling me. You fooling them old grannies over there that's part of your motherfucking chat room and all that shit. You ain't fooling me, bro. You ain't fooling me. And the fact that you online every day now, acting like you some expert on Puff, let me say this one more time. If you are listening to ATV and you're listening to any of his diatribe, and may I underline, regurgitated, there's nothing new that he is giving you. The only thing that nigga is doing is talking about some shit that he don't know about. You understand what I'm saying? And he's trying to make it seem, he's very convincing for a punk motherfucker. Like, that's one thing I will say. He's very convincing when it comes to selling to those motherfuckers, those dumb motherfucking broads he got on this channel, because they are dumb. Them broads dumb as fuck. Every last one. Listen, to all y'all bitches that subscribers to him, y'all some dumb bitches. There it is. Y'all some of the dumbest bitches I've ever met in my life. You understand what I'm saying? Because anybody that can listen to a motherfucker matter-of-factly talk about a record company that he's never been involved in, talk about people he's never been around, talk about environments he knows nothing about and has never personally been into, and y'all listen to that, take it verbatim, versus the motherfucker that has been around the man in question that we're talking about, there's something wrong with you. You are a dumb fucking fuck. And I'm going to start calling out a lot more of these motherfucking subscribers because that's the problem. A lot of these subscribers are dumb as fuck. They didn't graduate school. A lot of them don't even have a fucking secondary education. Because I had to look at some of them, and if you listen to some of them talk, you can tell that they're uneducated. That's why I stopped arguing with a lot of these motherfuckers online. And I'm like, yo, a lot of these times we're on here arguing with motherfuckers that are uneducated. Like, literally, we argue with motherfuckers that are uneducated. Like, they have no type of what's the name. So the only result for me is to, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm back on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's take it back. Like, because that's all these motherfuckers understand now. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I had to pick up me a gift at the corner store. To push my issue. You understand what I'm saying? I'm out here to push my issue now. You know what I'm saying? Back in the saddle. You know what I'm saying? Have gun will travel, nigga. Fuck all that. Everybody violent nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And so for you to be running around taking risks with your life, homie, talking about people that you don't know about, and you talking so matter-of-factly, when you got your own shit, I don't need no nigga that's online talking about Puff, and you live in your uncle's basements and you doing lives while you talking about Puff from your uncle's kitchen. I don't need no nigga that got a gambling problem, that admitted that he got a gambling problem, had conversations on his own podcast about his gambling problem, takes cash apps from his motherfucking subscribers for his gambling habit, and goes to Vegas quite often. And all the YouTube grannies over there that's his subscribers, they have nothing to say. But you talking about Puff? Come on, son. Come on, son. Y'all ready for the real one? Y'all ready for the biggest one? Imagine listening to a man and donating to a man that at one time was being accused of sexual assault himself. Don't you remember that, AT2? Remember that? Yeah, exactly. Some subscribers will join panels and expose how truly dumb they are. They sound mad remedial. Yeah, like some of these guys can't even read. Like I started paying attention to that too. That's why I say y'all listening to a lot of people, in my personal opinion, that didn't even graduate like high school or middle school. Some of these motherfuckers, you see some of these motherfuckers when they try to read, oh my God, it's horrible. I'm like, you listening to this dude give you information about people? He can't even read. He can't read. You don't peep that? He can't read. Or she can't read. I know some chicks out here, they were trying to read some parts of, clips and shit like that. They'd be like, it's SAT, motherfucker, SAT, SAT, SAT. Bitch sitting there. Damn it, I'm about to have a seizure. Whole forehead popping out that bitch forehead, trying to motherfucking synthesize. Y'all know I don't give a fuck. Y'all know I don't care. Some of y'all motherfuckers need to sit back and go back. Listen, they hold them classes for those special kids around about 5 to 9 p.m. in the evenings for New York City tri-state area. Go over there, fit yourself in. So listen, I'm over here. I'm having some problems pronouncing some words. I don't really know how to spell the word. But I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? But back to what I'm saying. I'm joking. But back to what I'm saying though. I'm getting really tired. And I just don't quite understand it. And maybe the decorum, or maybe the I don't know, what they accept is at a low time minimum. But not only can I not get over people of color getting online and wishing people go to jail, which is a new one for me. We got niggas online like, y'all all to just join the motherfucking master's house, huh? This is why I say I don't trust a lot of y'all motherfuckers. Then they ask me and they say, well, why you feel like that? Why you say that about Black Americans? I said, look. These niggas are actually out here siding with the police talking about, I hope he go to jail. He need to go to jail. Yay to the judge. Here's my contribution of $100 to the policeman's ball this year, officer. That's what y'all might as well say. Hell, won't y'all just come in, right? The policeman's ball started about 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come on through, give your donations, you know what I'm saying? Party with a couple of the officers, you know what I'm saying? Tell them how you always supported them. You know what I'm saying? You might as well do that because these niggas are literally sitting online hoping yet again another man of color goes to jail. And I have to say to y'all women, some of y'all have been the most vocal in the matter. You understand what I'm saying? Talking about, I hope he go to jail. I hope he go to jail. Well, I want to say to the bottom of my heart, for the fact that you are online where millions of people can see you, all kinds of different nationalities can see you. I can tell you somebody being half Latino myself, you would never see Latinos do that. That motherfucker got caught with a gun and niggas still ain't gonna tell on that nigga. Niggas still ain't gonna have a word to say negative about that nigga in the press. But these women, because of the fact that a lot of them, the toxic ones, not the good women, the toxic ones, not the good women, the toxic ones, not the good ones. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to do that several times because we have a few people out here in our community that are snitches and bitches. You understand what I'm saying? They like to make up stories and they like to ride with the premise. He don't like women of color. He don't like black women. You know how many black chicks I fuck on a regular basis? Get the fuck out of here. You sound stupid. You know what I'm saying? You sound stupid. You know how many black chicks I be having bent over ready for the daddy piñata, pero la cubano. Are you stupid? I got black chicks that'll come on here and tell you, yo, y'all motherfuckers sound stupid as fuck. Y'all do not know this nigga. But bro, I done went to task for black women. You understand what I'm talking about? Task, nigga. I done put my life in danger for black chicks, trying to hold them down. Don't ever tell me that bullshit. Anyway, I ain't even got to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep on listening to them raggedy bitches. Y'all listen to them raggedy toxic bitches versus real women out here. No, I don't respect no raggedy bitch that sit around and motherfucking gossip all day long and try to start problems and arguments and try to make herself appear like she a bully. Now, I don't respect no bitch like that. I respect women that are up this morning and they on their way to their college class. I respect women this morning that woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get those kids ready for motherfucking school. Just like I said in my last 3 broadcasts, and I had a bitch come over here and try to misconstrue my words. The women are sitting out here and they being more of motherfucking advocates for Puff going to jail than anybody I never seen in my motherfucking life. Mind you, some of y'all uncles, you know Uncle Earl, he's still locked up, ain't he? Huh? You know your cousin Timmy, he's still locked up, ain't he? Huh? Ain't your son on probation for the 3rd time? Huh? What about Cousin Earl? Huh? Cousin Earl, you know Cousin Earl, he the one that shipped in and robbed the bank. How about him? How's he doing? Huh? Did he make parole yet? You know what I'm saying? The same bitches, toxic ones, not the real women. These same bitches that's sitting online right now, talking about they hope Puff go to jail, got a family member in jail right now. Got a family member on probation right now. That's a male. It means something to the world to him. You remember Uncle Earl? He was the one responsible that year when your mama fell short and she had no money on a motherfucking plan, and she paid. And he got you that shit that you wanted for Christmas. Remember Uncle Earl? Yeah, that was Uncle Earl's weed money that got that, not his job money. That was Uncle Earl's weed money. Yeah. That was Uncle Earl weed money. You hope Uncle Earl go to jail too? Remember that time when you wanted that dress for your high school prom, and your mama couldn't come through with the money? You know what I'm saying? She called Uncle Johnny. No, see, that was Uncle Johnny's cocaine money that bought that dress. Yeah, he paid. That's why y'all had the limo and everything else, because Uncle Johnny, he was selling cocaine and he paid for that. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. A lot of y'all bitches got motherfucking criminals in your own fucking family. And y'all talking about who the fuck should go to jail. I said if cooning has reached the all-time high, and make sure I learned this now. Some of these coons, they come in the form with smiles. You got to watch. Let me tell you something. I had to revert back to my Bible the other day because I found and I learned something. The devil in the end will come with a smile, and he will come as a friend, and he will come as friendly. This is what they say in the last days in the Bible. And one thing I see for common, most of the evil, nasty, belligerent YouTubers are usually motherfuckers that smile all the time. Like, for example, Fat Boy, right? He's always smiling. Anybody ever notice that? Always smiling. He tries to play like he's innocent. This is the most evil motherfucker on the internet, that motherfucking fat fuck. What's his name? ATV? AT2? Whatever the fuck his name is. That fucking loser. That nigga's a loser if I ever see one. Like, nigga, listen. There is nothing you can say about me. You're not better looking than me. You don't dress better than me. In fact, you saw I had a Kid of Code jacket on. You started barring my style. This nigga, like, literally, y'all know how I have this picture right here? Let me show y'all something. This nigga was literally on his podcast the other day and did the same thing. Like, literally. So y'all see I have this? Hold on one second, y'all. Let me show y'all something. Y'all see I have this wrapped around my head right here? You understand what I'm saying? This is the actual way you wrap a turb. That's why it didn't look right on him. So he was on there talking to Miss Val, whatever. He tried to wear the same thing on his head, and it looked foolish. And I'm like, son, why are you sitting there trying to copy another man's style? Like, that's what he does. Like, if you notice a lot of these male YouTubers, like AT2 has no style. You understand what I'm saying? He has no personality. That ain't nobody checking for him like he the next nigga, none of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's all in his mind. He really truthfully believes in his mind he can punk fake his way to superstardom. And what he's gonna find out, he's gonna hit, you're gonna hit a wall when people find out, oh, this is a normal goofy motherfucker. This is a regular goofy, ain't nothing special about him. You don't look special. There's nothing unique looking about you. There's nothing unique that you're saying. You just know how to convince a whole bunch of old bitches that you somebody. Because people our age don't think and see who you are. It's a nobody and a liar. You lied on that old woman. And I want to give a shout out to Huggy Pampers for offering her contribution. Shout out to Huggy Pampers for adding her contribution to the subject. Oh, nigga, let's fuck Puff. Let's talk about this $200 that you owe this woman. Cause see, if that was me, I would have been all hell to pay. I gotta defend myself and all this shit. But you took $200 from a woman and it's indiscretion, and other bitches are sitting up there talking about, oh, no, and making fun of the woman who said, what happened to the sisterhood? So I get it. The sisterhood only with you if it was about drama, trauma, or starting a fight or trying to attempt to be a bully. That's when the sisterhood with you. I got you. Because ain't nobody, hey, Lexi, ain't nobody come defend this woman they were in the chat. This woman had a legitimate reason to say in ATV's chat. And she was talking to the motherfucker too. So she wasn't just talking to the chat. She was talking to him. And abruptly, he cut her off at the end because he knew he was guilty. I could sniff when a nigga guilty. One of the things about that fat motherfucker is he's very condescending. People that are condescending are usually people that have low self-esteem, and this is the combative measure that they use when they're in arguments. So that boy has low self-esteem. I mean, hell, look at him. You got a stagmat eye. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all don't never really look at them eyes. You got one eye going this way, one eye going that way. That motherfucker got astigmatism. That's why he look goofy as hell. Then he got that gray upper lip. I don't know what the fuck that shit on your lip got some shit on its lip. I don't know what the fuck that is, but homie, you might want to go get that checked out. I ain't never in my life met a motherfucker who's, let alone your face look like that. You look like a living cartoon character. But not only that, but that gray upper lip that he got, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, nigga, that shit is always gray. That shit is always ashy. And that shit look like it's in motherfucking destitute. You understand what I'm saying? You might go want to go get that lip checked out, my nigga. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. Go get that lip checked out. You know what I'm saying? You might have ate something, you know what I'm saying, the wrong way. You might have ate something the wrong way, nigga. But that lip shouldn't be that grayish, shiny. That shit look nasty. I'm like, what the fuck? And then you try to play yourself off like you a nigga. You are not heterosexual. Stop it. Don't no heterosexual man talk that motherfucking soft, nigga. Don't no heterosexual man talking about, you know what? If you don't stop, I'm gonna tell the public what me and you did tonight. Tonight ain't do shit with you, nigga. Shut the fuck up. And for you to even lose some shit like that, go to show what type of punk motherfucker you are. Sitting up here talking about pup, nigga. You live in your, don't ever talk about a multi-billionaire and you live in your uncle's basement. At least have your own crib. That's all I ask. If you're gonna talk about a motherfucking multi-billionaire and their flaws and shortcomings, don't be the nigga that live in your uncle's basement accused of stealing $200. You're looking sus, nigga. And the bitches is over there that's still supporting them. Y'all bitches is the worst bitches in the world. Every last one of you elderly bitches. Your whole fucking subscription base suck. Any motherfucker that want to skip past that, and there's a woman desperately in need, and she's sitting there saying, this motherfucker took $200 from me, and he lied on the paperwork, and she challenging him on everything that he's saying, and nobody say shit about that, but bitches is out here making whole podcasts and having fucking panels and discussions about me. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I try to tell you, you got to separate the real women from these pretend bitches. They have objectives online nowadays. If you the nigga that live in your uncle's house and you doing lives from your uncle's motherfucking kitchen, my nigga, you shouldn't have nothing to say about Bad Boy Entertainment. You shouldn't have nothing to say about Puff. If you are being accused, see, what he's trying to do is he's trying to take the light off of him and put it on Puff. That's why he keep doing upload after upload after upload about Puff. I'm like, nigga, you don't have that much information about Puff. You making up shit at this point. You trying to just home in on everything that you get that the news get. Oh, hold up. Regurgitating the already news is already out there, right? Like, even if you regurgitate, like, this is my rule. Even if you regurgitate the news, at least add some motherfucking zest to it. Like, add something to it. You understand what I'm saying? You adding sass to it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the problem. He just adding sass and speculation and how he think the music industry go. It'd be so funny as fuck. He'd be like, and you know, this is how the industry goes. I'm like, how the fuck do you know? How the fuck do you know? What year did you work in the industry that you can confirm this? And these old bitches is sitting up there, these little elderly bitches is, you know, ain't got nobody home with them, just want to see. And he don't even understand See, when it's your turn, homie, you're gonna understand. You can't be sitting up here talking about somebody that got sexual assault allegations when all along, nigga, you had sexual assault allegations. Motherfuckers was running around here talking about you was a pedophile. Or did you think we forgot? Oh, you thought we forgot. They should be calling you the diddler, motherfucker, from what I heard. They should be, that diddler name should go to you. Then they say you was out here diddling around with some youngsters. And then what they said about your pork chop, AT2? And you out here talking the most about some motherfucker having sexual assault that hasn't been charged with any type of sexual assault crime. So I can't wait till they go to jail. Nigga, we can't wait till you get arrested. Because how strong that rumor was, like, you would have to be a fool to be somebody. Listen, let me set this up for y'all. AT2, aka ATV, aka Pork Chop, aka my nigga Bigfoot. All right, Bigfoot, some time ago, I don't know when it was, but I ain't say it, but a group of individuals had said, and this is what they said that he was out here and he was touching motherfuckers and shit. All right, that's what they said. I don't know how true it is. I had the opportunity to go in detail about it, and I didn't on my show because I felt like, you know what I'm saying, that's a hard jacket to put on people. That's what I did when it was him. Now, if y'all remember, I did that last week. I said, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I said, because irregardless, even if I don't like him, that's throwing another man under the bus that's of color. You understand what I'm saying? Like, irregardless of what we personally got going on, that's how the world gonna view him at the end. So I know that difference versus these narrow-minded, mostly unintelligent motherfucking vloggers that don't understand that angle. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these vloggers, they're not as intelligent as they try to appear to be. They're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're intelligent within the scope of the people that they deal with, but in a larger scope and dealing with a larger majority of people, they're very limited as far as intelligence is concerned. I could tell this by the diatribes. Pork Chop being one of them. This motherfucker don't have no formal education. You could tell. So anyway, I didn't throw that jacket on Pork Chop where everybody has said, even though everybody was saying it, because the pure simple fact, I was like, that's unfair, and I'm just throwing another man of color under the bus. You get me? Capiche? But at the same time, you fast forward and now you're doing all these diatribes about Puff and matter-of-factly talking about Puff and all this shit like you've been around us. Like, this nigga has never been around Bad Boy Entertainment. This nigga has never been in New York City where Bad Boy Entertainment was centered at in the times of all these stories. I was. That's me right there. Y'all seeing on the screen, by the way. That's me. You understand what I'm saying? So make no mistake about it. How are you giving reports and giving your manual of facts leads and talking about what your conclusions are when your conclusions are based strictly upon regurgitated information on the YouTube and on Google and your opinion of an industry that you have never been around, sir? That's confusing for me. And all them little old bras that be over there with you, they're 60 plus years old. And most of them women, I find, that's the other thing too, most of them women that follow him, oh, they unattractive as hell. I ain't never seen a bunch of more unattractive women in my life. I seen maybe like one or two of them over there that was kind of looking like something. But the rest, that's the other thing y'all got to pay attention to too. Start looking at some of these subscribers. What you'll find is, start clicking their profiles, and what you're going to find is you'll find some of the most unattractive motherfuckers, I swear to God. I was looking at some of the people that were talking shit about me before, and I just looked, I said, oh, you an ugly motherfucker. I'm dead serious. A bunch of ugly women online, man. I don't know why they all maybe because nobody want them at the club. Oh, you've been I'm sorry. You've been promoted. You're now one of my elite employees. If you know that joke, you know it. That is the funniest shit online right there. You have now been promoted. You are one of my elite employees. Congratulations. I'm trying to tell you, Lexi, it just kills me that people are really like living for that. Like, this motherfucker is convinced his audience, like his audience, only his audience, that he's good looking. He is convinced his audience that he should be like, listen, man, homie, look, homie, you a bitch. That's the best way I can put it. You a bitch. Like seriously, like beyond bitch. Like you make California look bad. You know what I'm saying? And there's a couple of motherfuckers on here that make Cali look bad, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start telling niggas do some, man. Listen, yeah, listen. I'm trying to tell you, niggas don't think my reach go to California. I don't know why. I don't know why, but okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I mean, my reach go over a couple of states. I ain't got to threaten you. Because he was online talking, he threatening me. He threatening me. He's scaring me. That's what you really meant, nigga. You know when shit get real. Anyway, I'm not going to sit up here and shit on pork chop all day. That's too easy to do. But I want to know, where that $200 at, nigga? You talking all that big money shit, all that casino shit, right? That was him, right? He was talking all that big money casino shit, right? Yes, it was. That was him. Wasn't he the nigga that was talking all that big money casino shit? Yo, I'm Big Daddy Ply Willie. You know what I'm saying? I'll be over here in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. I don't know if I'm going to do the meet and greet with y'all. My foot hurting. Which is a line up too. Y'all better watch that. Y'all notice he's subtly saying, I think this is all a task of his. Y'all notice he's subtly saying, I don't know if we're going to be able to do the meetup in Vegas now, guys. I don't know if we're going to be able to do the meetup now. My foot the way it is, but I'm going to try my best, and we're going to try to do it because I'm 82 and I'm a big superstar. I'm bigger than Kanye now. You know, me and these 40,000 old women, they support me from the senior citizens home. These niggas got old women as subscribers thinking they the shit. Nigga, you don't even fit in our world. Listen, let me home in on this a little bit more for you. The majority of my audience is in an age range between, I believe it's 20-something and 30-something. I think it's 34 or something like that, 34 or 37. I have to look again. And if I do it right now, I have to click shit off. But my majority of my audience, your top of my audience, not the 18 through something olds. What is it, 14 through 18-year-old? They're not my demographic. The most of my demographic is 20-something through 30-something. And then the second demographic that's the highest is the 30-something through the 40-something people. All right, that's who's listening to me. And you can know this very easily by just going into YouTube Studio right now. It even tell you individually the videos as you post them. You know what I'm saying? Like individually, you can look at your videos and see who paid attention to them. You know what I'm saying? In the age groups. You can do it for every video, or you could do it just overall for your page. So I know. I guarantee you, I can just look by that nigga's chats, ATV, and I could tell all the women that listen to him are old women. Because he always referred to them as Miss Such and Such, Miss So-and-so, Miss Such and Such. If you refer to somebody like that as Miss something or another all the time, that means that you got a high majority of older broads, or you got younger broads that's trying to get in on the YouTube game, and you giving them, talking about he was giving somebody some StreamYard instructions. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to cut that nigga money out real quick. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to learn how to use StreamYard? I'm going to tell you what y'all do like I did. Go on YouTube, right? You got to pay this nigga no $200. He's scamming y'all. Because even on StreamYard's page, they got a tutorial how to use the motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you really want to learn how to use StreamYard, only thing you got to do is type in right here on YouTube where you listening to me. Just type in how to use StreamYard. Save yourself $200 for that fucking scam artist. That nigga is scam artist. Nigga, fuck out of here. You think I'm gonna ignore shit because you can word it well, or you can make it look real slick or whatever? That nigga's a fraud, my nigga. And everything tell me you stole that money. Yes, you did, nigga. Everything told me you stole that money from that woman. You understand what I'm saying? So if y'all want to learn how to use StreamYard, do like I did. Just put in learn how to use StreamYard. That's all you got to do. I'm giving this nigga 200. Ooh, I want 18 too. Like he's some highly successful YouTuber. This is not a highly successful YouTuber. He's not. Nobody's jealous of him. Nobody wants to be like him. I wish I would want to be like that nigga. Listen, I take a bullet before I look like that nigga for the rest of my life. Matter of fact, if I was him and I had to wake up every morning and look at that face, I would just like, I would be like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna end it. Shit. It ain't worth it. That's what ugly. What did they say when he was born? I wonder what they said when they, when you first look at your baby, you all happy. And I wonder if his parents were happy when they seen that motherfucker, because he had to be ugly back then. He's a lifelong ugly motherfucker. There's a lot of lifelong ugly motherfuckers that need enhancements and need to have certain personalities to make them look like something. You know what I'm saying? If that make any sense to y'all? Like, a lot of these motherfuckers that be online, they living by their personalities. That's a new thing in that woke generation. Like, you live by your personality versus your looks and who is appearing in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're in front of me and you're an unattractive person, it's not out of line for me to sit back and say to myself, at the very least, hey, this is an unattractive motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's not my fault if I see somebody and they just don't fit the pendulum of what most people would say is attractive. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? And I think this whole thing of canceling somebody out or not wanting to hear somebody or they're too mean and all this shit, it's going too far. It's really going way too far. I've heard women get online and say the most nastiest, belligerent things about men. And nobody comes to the defense of the men that they're talking about. There's women online right now that are calling for the cancellation of Puff or whatever, but Puff has not been convicted of one fucking thing. Not one thing. Puff has not even been arrested, even when he was detained at the airport. And I'm tired of y'all, a lot of y'all bitches and niggas is running around talking about he was arrested. He was not arrested at the airport. He was questioned at the airport. And he was released and allowed to fly on his already booked itinerary, which people keep leaving out of the motherfucking equation, down to Antigua, which he been going, and I can vouch for this. That nigga been going to Antigua for fucking 20 years. Why the fuck you think he had a hangar down there? And in the Barbados as well. This is Janet Jackson's favorite island. You don't believe me? Go ask Janet Jackson herself. Be like, Janet, just what? Ed Janet. Y'all add everything else, right? Be like, Ed Janet, what's your favorite island in the Caribbean? And watch out say Antigua. It was also one of Michael Jackson's. Y'all sitting up here listening to these unqualified bloggers talk about shit. They have no idea what they're talking about. They're not in our world. AT2 has never been in the music industry. There's several other bloggers. Some I'm going to mention, some I ain't, that have never been in the music industry. They don't have the same amount of friends or whatever. And they're quite frankly just laughed at. You understand what I'm saying with the diatribe? Look, I've seen some of these interviews and exclusives to people I know or whatever. I had one person that's literally started cracking up laughing. It was like, is this a fucking joke? I was like, no, this person is serious. They can't believe, in other words, if you don't get it, they can't believe that y'all motherfuckers are actually serious. It's laughable. Like, the shit they say is just laughable. But I just want to reiterate, Puff has not been arrested. Do I think Puff will be arrested? Absolutely not. I think what will happen is I think there will be a litigation of somehow or another, whatever the case may be, which I think it'll be monetary, because that's seemingly where all these motherfuckers want, including Lil Rod. Lil Rod, you just want a cash out day. That's all. And Cassie, stop working with the fucking feds, you fucking snitch. And you too, Red. You notice that bitch ain't said nothing, right? You notice she ain't said shit, right? Have y'all noticed Tiffany Red been quiet in the motherfucker? Snitch. You think we ain't know Tiffany? That's why you was talking so much from the get-go. Tiffany, we know. We know, Tiffany. We know. You and Cassie ain't got to hide, okay? Nobody's going to do anything to you, okay? Cassie, in fact, you did that Cali raid. Why? Why you do that Cali raid? Tell them why you did the Cali raid, Cassie. Come on. You want me to tell them? Cassie did the Cali raid, and she made sure she was most responsible for that. And she knew that house. You know why? Because Cassie lives in fucking California. If you're so scared of Puff, who also lives in California, why the fuck would you remain in California with your new white husband, the new half-white baby? Why would you do that, Cassie, if you're so scared? Huh, Cassie? Why would you still live in California, Cassie? Cassie, why would you fly a couple days after you got the settlement and come to New York City, Cassie, and go shopping with your broke ass motherfucking husband? Y'all want to call everybody else names or whatever. I'll tell you, a lot of these women, they hate their own men and they racist. They're racist against their own men. I almost want to put these toxic women almost in their own category and say they're their own class of women, if that makes any sense. Almost their own subculture of a culture. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing to say about the poor white boy who put his black woman up motherfucking in the motherfucking line of fire to get money from her ex-boyfriend for a lifestyle he couldn't provide. And nowhere if in the trajectory do we have that conversation about this less than stellar failure of a white man. Yes, I said failure. Nigga, you was employed by Puff, and you had been employed by multiple different black. Let me tell you about this motherfucker. So he was a weight trainer, right? Meaning he would come in, get your diet right, all that shit or whatever. And so somehow or another along the way, he ended up getting it in with Cassie or flirting with Cassie, or she let herself go, whatever the case may be. That's why I said, bitch, if you let yourself go while you sitting up in another man's house, don't feed me that bullshit. You some victim of sex trafficking and shit like that. You were made to have sex with prostitutes and freak out. You know, the freak offs. That name is so dumb. I don't know who the fuck made that up. I know it wasn't Puff. Puff wouldn't say no goofy ass shit like that. You know, the freak offs. The freak offs. You know why some women are offended by that? Because their pussy didn't reach the expiration date. That's why. Their pussies didn't reach the expiration dates. Y'all know what I mean? Of course you would get sex if you fucking 55, 60 years old and nobody wants to fuck you anymore because you're unattractive at 55 and 60. See, there's one thing if you're 55 and 60 and you're attractive and people still want to fuck you. You need an example? Angela Bassett, I knocked the fucking bottom out of her ass and spend the night and hug her and hold her all night and stroke her hair and be like, baby, everything gonna be all right. I know she married, so respectfully, I'm just saying. Sade is 63 fucking years old. I still knock the bottom out of Sade as she's singing, you may be the sweetest taboo and all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? I can name a couple of other women that are 60 plus fucking years old and finer than a motherfucking and can get the D any day of the week. But a lot of you bitches ain't took care of yourself over the years. They ain't never did a push-up, ain't never did a sit-up. You just sat there and ate ho-hos and ice cream and chips and shit every day of your fucking life, and they got your big ass behind the car or whatever. Now the men ain't looking at you no more because at first they would say, oh, she kind of thick. Now it's like, damn, that bitch kind of done. Congratulations. You are now one of my elite employees. Shit is so fucking hilarious. I gotta clip that shit so y'all can see that shit. That shit is hilarious. But I'm trying to tell you, a lot of these women are in the class of the, and I hate to say it like this, the unfuckables. Nobody wants to fuck these broads anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody wants to fuck these broads. Like, you're not going, hey, look at Ethel and all that fucking satellite she's got. That's the one for me, man. Ethel and the sucking satellite. You can even tell by some of their names. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, for example, if you meet a bitch named Hattie, I ain't even got to see Hattie's face. Hattie ain't even got to have a profile picture, but I can tell by Hattie's fucking name that Hattie from like somewhere, she was born in like 1940 something. You know what I'm saying? If it's a bitch named Mabel, Miss Mabel, this bitch born in 1952 or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these is old bitches online, and these are like literally unfuckable women, most of them. Nobody wants to hit it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about a sexy 60-year-old plus woman. They're every fucking where. Shit, go down to Miami. There's some fine ass 60-year-old women down there. Be like, baby, you want another drink? They'll trick on you and everything. I swear to God to you. But these unattractive bitches is the problem. There's more of them. I keep trying to tell you, there's more unattractive motherfuckers than there is attractive motherfuckers. That's why the unattractive motherfuckers are able to influence, if I want to say, the rest of the unattractive motherfuckers. Does that make any sense? You understand what I'm saying? There's more unattractive people in this world than there is attractive people. And that's at one time what made it special to be attractive, because you would get put into a certain paradigm. Somewhere along the way, one of these ugly motherfuckers is out here, less than stellar DNA. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. If your parents look like fucking two extras from A Nightmare on Elm Street or fucking The Walking Dead, you understand? I'm just saying, if you look like an extra from fucking Lord of the Rings, or you look like Schmeagol's stand-in or some shit like that, you really shouldn't be running around talking about anybody. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm being honest and true. Like, if your titties hang lower than to your belly button, you shouldn't be out here talking about nobody. That's all I'm saying. If you got keloids in your ear that you caught in 91 or 92 or something like that, you probably shouldn't be online talking about motherfuckers. If you currently have an uncle, niece, nephew, fucking son, daughter that's currently on probation or something like that, and they only 14, 15 years old, you shouldn't be out here pushing the fact, yeah, Diddy need to go to jail. No, your kids need to go to jail, bitch. That's the 5th time. If you a motherfucker out here and your husband used to get into motherfucking all kinds of shit, or the nigga you currently with is doing crimes and he living in your house and he's not on the lease, bitch, shut the fuck up about who should be going to jail and who shouldn't be going to jail. And what kind of tap dancing coon shit is it to sit back there and be like, you going to jail? Motherfucker, go join the policeman's ball then. Donate to the goddamn policeman's charity this year. Since you so much into law enforcement and shit, I go in front of the fucking courthouse or in the courthouse and out the courthouse, and I'm in a sea of motherfucking cops. And I'm still the same motherfucker when I'm around them. Ain't y'all notice that shit? I talk the same goddamn way to those officers that I talk to y'all. Well, these motherfuckers, they talk to some, hi, how are you doing, officer? Great. That's why they don't respect you, because they can smell through that brown nose and bullshit that you're doing right now. You see, sitting back here with these unattractive ass niggas and bitches sitting up. Some of y'all motherfuckers is ugly as fuck. And somebody need to tell y'all. Some of y'all niggas is ugly as fuck. I had a motherfucker try to talk about my gap in my teeth before or some shit or whatever. And I'm like, nigga, have you ever looked, even with the gap in my tooth, I still get pretty bitches. I get pretty bitches than you. Lifelong I have. You understand what I'm saying? Excuse my French, but I get prettier chicks to you, my nigga. My bitches look better. My clothes look better. My face look better. My swag better. Everything just better. You understand what I'm saying? Everything just better. You understand? So I can't sit here and have an ugly nigga talking about me and trying to pretend like they good looking based on the fact of their good crowds that they have following. Fuck your crowds, fuck your audience. Most of them motherfuckers is fraud anyway. They ain't even loyal to you, nigga. Bitch. Both of y'all. They ain't even loyal to you. Do something that that crowd that you side with right now, do something that they don't like and watch how them niggas turn on you. Watch how they turn on you. Do something as a vlogger that your audience don't agree with, and see how the motherfuckers turn on your ass. And I'm gonna sit back and laugh at your ass when they turn on you, because it's coming. It's coming for AT too. It's coming for a couple other podcasters too. It's gonna be that moment where you can't, with the same energy that you put out, the same shit that you backed up or whatever, it's gonna come back to haunt you. It's gonna come back to haunt you. Trust me when I tell you this. And what's gonna happen is them same motherfucking chicks that was sitting in the chat, they was like, that's right, so and so. You tell them, that's right, so and so. Now the motherfucker's gonna be on your ass. So watch what you're talking about when you're talking about people online. Quit trying to act like you're an aficionado when you're not. You wasn't around Bad Boy Entertainment. You wasn't around, I don't recognize you. You wasn't around Puff. You could sit around all day long you want to and try to deduce me or whatever the case may be. I'll snap back every time, because not only are people at the company, formerly or currently, gonna back me up, but on top of all of it, I'll just go literally jump on the train for 30 minutes and put all these niggas on camera so they can vouch it up for me. You know what I mean? My shit's authentic. That's the bottom line. And no matter what placement you want to put me in, what your measurements are, the game, or whatever the case may be, the point is this. I was there and you wasn't. See how that worked? At the end of the day, I was there and you wasn't. It doesn't matter if I worked in the fucking kitchen. It doesn't matter if I worked as the janitor some people was running around with, or in reality, what I worked in the marketing department. It doesn't matter. All the players involved, I know them. All the people you talking about, I know them. You understand what I'm saying? That's the bottom line. Versus the niggas that's talking, they don't know them. Now, you wonder why I did that little spill on ATV. That motherfucker. You can't be sitting in your uncle basement talking about people, bro. That shit is chuck. You gotta have a better swag than that, my nigga. You can't just be sitting up in Uncle Crib talking shit about people and you ain't got nothing going on. Like, this nigga literally ain't got nothing going on. And I didn't like the fact that something you said about Gene Deal last night either, pussy. But I let that go. You understand what I'm saying? Because there was bigger issues going on or whatever. But the nigga had something to say about Gene Deal last night. Let me say this about Gene Deal. Me and Gene have had a conversation via his chat room one time. That was it. That was the stream of it. And I think at that time, the conversation was about Candace Owens. And as many people know, Candace Owens is a local girl out here in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got you. Candace Owens is a local girl here in Connecticut. I've actually went to where Candace grew up at, did a vibe check for and about her and everything like that or whatever. But Candace Owens is a local Connecticut girl, and I believe she lives in Texas now. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that or whatever, some people will say Candace is a problem and a nuisance or whatever the case may be. You can think what you want to about it. That's your choice. But I remember Gene was asking me some questions about her, whatever. I forgot what the thing that was going on at the time. And, I answered them, whatever. That was it, or whatever. It wasn't really nothing to it. But I didn't like something the nigga said last night. Actually, it was two things he did, and he tried to present something. So I'm going to break this down for y'all real quick so y'all understand what I'm talking about, all right? So last night, I just happened to watch Pork Chop Shit. And he said some shit, and this is what I mean by this nigga talk a little bit too much. Like, you be trying to talk like you real tough, like you got some, you know what I'm saying? Like he's some Teflon Don or something like that. Homie, you gonna get fucked up out here. I'm trying to tell you, like, you know what I'm saying? There's no amount of niggas that you know that can protect you. I can't stress that enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas really want to get you, they gonna get you. Your uncle can't help you. That's what I'm gonna say, because niggas be scared and shit after I say shit. You know what I'm saying? Check this out.
But he was in law enforcement, so I'll just say that. Gene was in law enforcement, so this is something that we know about already, right? So with
Now he's
that
talking
being
about Gene
said,
Deal.
you didn't have it within you to report something that was going on or something that was illegal, because Usher was only 14 when he was hanging around Diddy. So a 14-year-old in that situation,
Usher's
he couldn't
mom
have
knew
been
he
in that
was there.
situation
Usher's
at all.
mom's the one that sent him to Manhattan.
Not at all.
That was Usher's mom.
Gene, is saying something now, and I guess it's kind of like, we appreciate you speaking up now, but if you didn't do anything in that time period of when it was going down, then I don't know how much of a hero you are. This is me being honest, you guys. I mean, how often do we hear these stories where somebody's exposing the industry and they're all like, oh yeah, I was there and I was so shook and all this other stuff, right? But
Yeah,
then it's
like
all
kind of
like,
like
well,
you did
damn,
4 years with
if you seen
Jaguar
all
Wright.
that going down, you didn't say nothing? You just let that happen? You didn't go like, whoa, wait, hold on. Something is wrong with this picture. Let me go ahead and say something, try to put a stop to it. Like, you just let it happen? Because that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that you just let it happen, and now you have a story to tell after the fact. And then especially when he said in that clip, you guys, Usher and his mom know what happened. I'm paraphrasing, have them tell you. Have Usher and his mom tell you what happened. And he was in Scarsdale or something like that.
He was in Scarsdale or something like that. Nigga, you ain't never been to Scarsdale, New York in your life, you chump motherfucker. But do you see what I mean? Like, he tried to form that into some other shit. And that shit just kills me. Listen, guys, I'm going to be back with you guys a little bit later. We're going to go in a little bit more into that here. I just wanted to set that up, talk about some of these bloggers that's out here, talking about people they don't know, getting injected into conversations they don't know nothing about or whatever. And that goes for many of y'all. Y'all need to stay out this conversation, especially if you don't have any, real ammo to set aside from it. Other than that, guys, I will talk to y'all later and I'll be back with you soon. Thank you. Make sure y'all hit up the Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. Thank you.